Welcome to the lounge of the White Worm here at the Empire Club. We have special drinks and special snacks as you wander your way through this hellhole by Bram Stoker. I don't know.
Oh no,
You've got 4 useful horses. Boy, do I have a place for you.
Be sure and stop by the coat chat room to also spit on the corpse of Bram Stoker.
Remember, he has a vampire
is it
hole.
spitting on his corpse if he wrote it?
Yeah.
Aim deliberately for the vampire hole.
Welcome
to Undercooked Analysis, everybody. We're on part 2 of Lair of the White Worm, the novel by Bram Stoker. That is considered one of the worst pieces of fiction, classic literature written. That remains to be seen if that's actually true. But so far, we're having a great time and also cringing inwardly, I'm sure. This is all Kayla's idea. So Kayla is here.
Hello. Let me give you a quote from Dracula.
Dracula quoted this book. He's like, Bram, what the fuck?
This book sucks. Blah.
Can you hear them, children of the night, cringing?
His own character came out against.
The trouble. Sorry. Oh, I'm saying this while a bit buzzed. Oh, the terrible struggle that I have had against sleep so often of late, the pain of sleeplessness or the pain of the fear of sleep, and with such unknown horror as it has for me. How blessed are some people whose lives have no fears, no dreads, to whom sleep is a blessing that comes nightly and brings nothing but sweet dreams. This is from Dracula, same author.
Oh,
this is the same guy.
That's not bad. That's not bad, but let me follow it up with a quote from this book.
Okay. Yes, please.
Let me find it real quick here. I like boats and horsies.
I may or may not be involved in a sexual relationship with my great uncle.
Now, as you are uncle and nephew, it is appropriate to address you as uncle and nephew.
Bram Stoker's favorite person was either his uncle or his nephew, while being the uncle or the nephew. It is unclear.
We will never know.
Last we left our quote unquote
whichever it
heroes.
was, he wanted to dick him down hard.
Oh God.
So
well, let's just say the gang's all here. I'm here, Kayla's here, Alan's here, Sadie's here.
It's okay. I forget my name too sometimes.
No, I was just trying to give you room to talk. Paprika's here.
I'm here.
And Abysme's here.
Hi, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Actually, we made drinks and
I'm catching up.
Yeah.
We actually made drinks and then came up with a snack for this.
Yeah. As we promised last time, each edition of the Lair of the White Worm read is going to include cocktails inspired by the previous chapters, or mixed drinks or foods. So we have 3 to present for you today.
Who would like to go first?
Let's do the food first.
Oh, we named it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically just tea sandwiches, yeah?
Yeah, we decided to do just a classical tea sandwich, specifically a salmon cucumber tea sandwich. It's got this little cream cheese spread in it, and I made them. I took a couple pictures of them, and I put maybe too much salt in my cream cheese because I did not consider how salty the smoked salmon would be, but it was still pretty good.
I think we called it the Empire Club tea sandwiches.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I do have a little recipe instruction thing for the sandwiches, and then we're going to have recipes for the drinks that will be on the Creative Horror Twitter later when this episode goes out.
Absolutely.
So now, you're listening to this.
By the time we get through this saga, we'll have our own little cookbook.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. We'll have, it's going to be Lair of the White Worm. You can just drink your way and eat your way through Lair of the White Worm.
The kitchen of the White Worm.
I'm gonna I'll just say
the consumption of the White Worm.
I'll just say what our drink is because it's just lazy. It's basically a Moscow Mule but without the lime, and we're calling it a donkey engine.
It's simple, it's effective, it gets the job done. Plus we made it with Bundaberg ginger beer. It's basically New Amsterdam vodka and Bundaberg ginger beer. And Bundaberg being an Australian brand of ginger beer, I thought that was fitting for
from Australia.
The fact that it came from Australia to
Europe. With New Amsterdam, not in England, but whatever the fuck.
And our second cocktail,
there's more than one cocktail.
There's more than one cocktail.
Ours is unofficial, so
Donkey Engine's legit. That could be. No, I think that works.
It's just a Moscow Mule without the lime.
This this third cocktail, you basically came up with what all was going to be in it, and I just kind of figured out the construction of it.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. I think I came up with the premise, but Alan, with his mixology, kind of fine-tuned it. So I'll let you list the ingredients.
I've become something of a hobbyist bartender lately.
Hell yeah.
And,
I wanted to invent the most English drink I could think of. So we have gin, which is incredibly English. Any English or British gin you can think of.
Yeah.
London, if you
want to
can
go
get
with
it.
London Dry.
Mm-hmm.
Beefeater, Tanqueray.
Which we were both trying to get Beefeater, but we both settled on Tanqueray because
my liquor store was all out of like a reasonable size of Beefeater, and it was just like a freaking like a gallon jug of Beefeater. I'm like,
You guys got the London liquor?
Well, this cocktail is very much inspired by my time in the UK, so I wanted to have it reflect that. But go ahead and list off the ingredients, Alan.
The London Dry Gin, we both went with Tanqueray on this. We also kind of, I did kind of a variant on what you did, because the second ingredient is elderflower liqueur. And I wanted that one to be light because I wanted this to still, in essence, be a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And you shake that over ice. Typically, when you pour a gin and tonic, you pour it over ice. You strain out all the ice for this one. There's cucumber in the glass. And once you've strained it out, you topped it off with tonic water. And I went with, I actually purchased a tonic syrup that you mix an ounce of that and top out the rest off with seltzer. And I'm never getting regular tonic water ever again.
Well, my tonic water is technically flavored elderflower tonic water. But one thing I did realize as we were making this, two things. Number one, the idea of having cucumbers in a gin and tonic, I learned from my incredibly posh British friend. So I have him to thank for that. And really adding cucumber instead of lime to cocktails, everyone go try that. It's kind of fantastic. The other thing is I found that like if tonic water is too sweet for you, because quinine sometimes can be, it needs seltzer. Like even like LaCroix is actually really good in this. And finally,
you could get cucumber flavored LaCroix, can't
you? It's like cucumber mojito. It's not technically just cucumber, but yes, you could do that. That's a good idea. But for the rosemary, I initially wanted to do parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and call it the Scarborough Fair, but we called it the Castor Regis because that is the place that they're going. But I also thought that all four of those would like just kind of make you throw up if you're not careful.
Yeah,
so I settled on rosemary.
Yeah, and just the rosemary as a garnish, it gets in there.
It's wonderful. Yeah. It's and it mixes well with the gin. This is a very floral drink, so it's not overly sweet.
But yeah, it's thoroughly drinkable.
I've had two singles and a double so far tonight.
Yeah, I'm halfway through a double right now. So.
Wow.
So now that we're liquored up, are we ready to dive into this mess and try to figure out what our next drinks are going to be?
Yeah.
All right. So to briefly recap, our main character is.
We don't have to briefly recap. Nothing happened.
That's true.
I think I covered it pretty well with boats and horses.
Yeah, pretty much boats and horses.
Go listen to the previous episode.
Some people think that this one family is the devil. I guess I don't.
Sure. Or they're possessed by the devil or something.
Maybe made some kind of deal with the devil
because they have a certain character in their racial physiology or whatever.
The point is, trust all gossip about your neighbors.
As I have stated before, and I'll state again, this is literally just a bunch of people who are gossiping about their neighbors and want to like ogle them when they come back to reclaim their family estate. It's just rich people being shitty so far.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the man who came from Australia, Adam Salton, owned 1,000 horses before he came here.
And he's just here to maybe hook up with his uncle, his 80-something-year-old uncle. Who knows?
Anyway,
well, his character is of particular note because he just agrees to everything, no matter what happens. He has no character. He's there as a plot device of, yes, the plot's moving along because he says so. and he agrees with what's happening. There's no conflict in the story.
Yes.
And that's
All
very
right.
strange.
Well, I'm with you, fellers.
So chapter 3 is called Diana's Grove. Who is
Thought
Diana?
she was a worm.
Dirty Diana.
What
Cannot
Good
quote
movie.
Coen Brothers to me and not have this derail.
is this? What is this order? What's the order?
Do we
My
just want to
dad-
keep it the same order as last time?
The
My
fuck
dad
was the-
thinks the funniest
No,
fucking
who
thing on the
remembers
planet
that?
is
Oh,
my dad thinks the funniest fucking thing on the planet is every single time George Clooney's character wakes up in that and says "Mar."
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
What was the fucking order?
You started.
I will yell. Sorry, last one.
Oh,
I will
no.
yell in
Stop.
public constantly. I don't want fop, damn it.
God
I'm
damn
a
it.
dapper
I'm
Dan.
a Dapper Dan man.
I think you started, Kayla. I remember before that you started it.
Sure.
We can just arbitrarily decide who wants to go after that.
Okay.
Curiosity took Adam Salton out of bed in the early morning. Why he's curious, who knows? But when he had dressed and gone downstairs, he found that early as he was, Sir Nathaniel was ahead of him. The old gentleman was prepared for a long walk, and they started
Lord.
at once.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's time for that walk.
Here it comes.
He fell out of bed and went for a walk.
We know why he's curious.
Yeah, we know exactly why. Sir Nathaniel, without speaking, led the way to the east down the hill. When they had descended and risen again, so he literally just beckons for Adam to follow him, basically, and then they just go down a hill.
Okay, that's very
Okay, so
Dracula.
that's gonna be this chapter.
Oh, man, it's gonna be a long night.
Where are we going? East.
We're
Well,
going
but
down that
where?
trail over
East.
there.
We're gonna hit the North Sea at some point.
Remember when in how in Lord of the Rings they described all the environments they went through? That was still more entertaining than this.
Yeah.
When they had descended and risen again, they found themselves on the eastern brink of a steep hill. It was of lesser height than the one on which the castle was situated, but it was so placed that it commanded the various hills that crowned the ridge. All along the ridge, the rock cropped out, bare and bleak, but broke in rough, not natural castellation. The form of the ridge was a segment of a circle with the higher point inland to the west.
Oh my fucking god! I remember
the
why
center-
I hate this.
In the center rose the castle.
Why
on
were
the
you
highest point
excited
of all.
again?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was telling everyone at Discord, like, guys, I am really that phrase of like I'm scared but excited at the same time. No, really, like because this is what happens with this fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a castle. Is this Doom Tower?
I'm like,
No.
what was this? The
Damn it.
I don't know. I can't remember what castle
Rose-
it is.
the castle.
The castle. And all was a capital C. The capital C castle on the highest point of all, between the various rocky excrescences. Excrescences?
Excrescence.
Between the various
that up.
rocky excrements.
A distinct outgrowth on a human or animal body or a plant. What the fuck? Okay, sure,
Between
Bram
the various
Stoker.
rocky shit were groups of trees of various sizes and heights, amongst some of which were what, in the early morning light, looked like ruins. These, whatever they were of massive gray stone, probably limestone, rudely cut, if indeed they were not shaped naturally. The fall of the ground was steep all along the ridge, so steep that here and there, both trees and rocks and buildings seemed to overhang the plain far below, through which ran many streams.
This story has the amazing, uncanny ability to describe so much about nothing and state nothing about so much.
Was that whole paragraph just about rocks?
That was, they went east and found some weird rocks.
They found
They
rocks.
could
and
be
saw
ruins, I don't
a
know.
Big valley. They
Fuck
looked.
me.
Okay. This is basically the land before time in a paragraph. They went east and saw a big, great valley.
But Sharptooth was there and it was scary.
Holy shit!
I
Sir
wish
Nathaniel
Sharptooth would show
stopped
up.
and looked around, as though to lose nothing of the effect. The sun had climbed the eastern sky and was making all details clear. He pointed with a sweeping gesture, as though calling Adam's attention to the extent of the view. Look at these damn rocks.
Everything. Look, Adam. Everything this song touches is yours.
Look, that you see that there? It's called an excrescence.
Everything the light touches is of those dirty, weird people that we don't like.
Having done so,
Everything the light touches is rocks. And I'm going to tell you about all of them.
You like limestone, Adam?
See that one over there? Everyone takes that one for granted.
Oh, no.
Stole that one from the Jungle Cruise.
Hell yeah. Perfect timing. Perfect use of it.
Having done so, he covered the ground more slowly, as though inviting attention to detail. Every single rock. Look at every single rock. Adam was a willing and attentive pupil and followed his motions exactly.
How old was Adam again?
He's 27 or something.
Yeah.
Or
old enough to not be
years
angsty.
old?
No.
Well,
That
okay,
his
this
uncle's
is
taking him to look at rocks.
this is before
this
the
isn't even-
internet. So
This isn't even his uncle either. This is Sir Nathaniel, his uncle's friend.
This was the cool guy.
gonna
This was
set
Uncle-
you up with my
This was
uncle's
Uncle
friend.
Cool Guy.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they didn't miss shit. That's how that ends.
Yeah, or trying to miss. He's wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, like.
And he's like, look at all this. Basically, you think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing.
Look at these rocks. Aren't they
know
neat?
every rock and tree and creature.
I'll go.
Don't you say the limestone's complete?
I have brought you here, Adam, because it seems to me that this is a spot on which to begin our investigations.
Investigating
here
what?
because this is where we'll begin.
We're going to start with categorizing these rocks.
This is where our story actually begins. All of that lead up,
I was
nothing.
about
Adam.
to say.
Did you know I was a geologist?
That quote might as well have been like, well, guess we should get the novel going, huh?
You have now in front of you almost the whole of the ancient kingdom of Mercia.
Mercia.
fact-
Yeah.
Is that like real?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. You hear it in Monty Python. Where did you find those?
Oh yeah,
Found
that's a
them.
great font of truthful facts in Monty Python.
Okay. No, my history degree has to talk here.
Oh
like
shit.
this is steeped in actual like early England. Like that is a real place.
In
Mercia is a real
fact,
place.
we see the whole of it except Are you going to keep going?
No, go.
Okay. I was joking, but okay. In fact, we see the whole of it except for that furthest part, which is covered by the Welsh marches.
And there are a bunch
those-
of dirty sheep humpers, so we don't talk about them.
Is that a fact?
No, but that is how the English refer to the Welsh, which is really funny
Okay,
to me.
let us
Amazing.
continue that tradition. And those parts which are hidden from where we stand by the high ground of the immediate west, we can see, theoretically, the whole of the eastern bound of the kingdom, which ran south from the Humber to the Wash.
Theoretically?
Well, theoretically, as in we don't have actual demarcations in front of us
Oh.
of where the kingdom is, but if you
Okay.
count these rocks with those rocks and those rocks over there, maybe we can think that's the kingdom of Mercia. Who
Mercia
knows?
was very into rock music.
Yeah,
Because they were surrounded by rocks.
Nothing but rocks.
Yeah.
Garignac.
They were into the hardcore. I want you to bear in mind the trend of the ground. For some time, sooner or later, we shall do well to have it in our mind's eye when we are considering the ancient traditions and superstitions, and are trying to find the rationale of them. Each legend, each superstition which we receive will help in the understanding of possible elucidation of the others. And as all such have a local basis, we can come closer to the truth or the probability by knowing the local conditions as we go along. It's just an excuse so that he can talk about rocks.
Yeah.
It
So,
will-
whatever drink you make next, it has to be on the rock.
Mercia on the rocks.
It has to.
Well, okay, we have to get through the second chapter to really decide, but you're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
correct.
That's just a
Probably right.
suggestion right now.
It will help us to bring to our aid such geological truth as we may have between us. For instance, the building materials used in various ages can afford their own lessons to understanding eyes. The very heights and shapes and materials of these hills, nay, even the wide plain that lies between us and the sea have in themselves the materials of enlightening books. You see, I would be into like the whole geological thing if they didn't just bore the crap out of me with like
The problem is
walking and boats.
There's like limestone rocks,
carriages.
And this is the possible ruins of the kingdom of Mercia. Okay, and note that because that's going to be important. Okay,
Well,
like what is this a house? Is this like a town? Is this an archaeological expedition? No, but
how much you bet?
But limestone.
This chapter's gonna be so fucking useless. How much you bet me?
Oh my god.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
For instance, sir. Adam's like, wait, what?
Oh.
What did you just tell me?
Exposition, please.
For instance, sir, said Adam, venturing a question. Well, let me tell you. Well, look at those hills which surround the main one where the site for the castle was wisely chosen, on the highest ground. Take the others. There is something ostensible in each of them, and in all probability something unseen and unproved, but to be imagined also. What the fuck are you talking about? That's it. That's all I'm doing.
For instance, continued Adam.
The fuck did you just tell me?
Adam's not getting it either.
Fucking say something. Something interesting.
Has anyone here seen Withnell and I?
Oh, yeah.
I think
that movie is crazy. Weird.
Like, I'm getting such strong flashbacks of Withnell and I because it's about two actors from London who go and like have a holiday with one of the actors' uncles who lives in like the country, and just the weird shit that happens. And there are so many weird ass parallels. Like, oh my god. Sorry, continue.
I'll tell you exactly what this feels like to me. And maybe it's a stretch, but okay. At my old job, there used to be Ancient Aliens on in the background all the time.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
It's like whenever they'd go to some site and would just like talk about like the kinds of rocks that are there. Yeah. This feels like the build up to when they eventually say, and yeah, ancient man couldn't have built this, so it was definitely aliens.
My god.
You know what's weird?
It just feels like all the build up to that.
Yeah. I can stomach Ghost Adventures because there's something to be said for the supernatural and how ill-defined that is. But Ancient Aliens, just like limestone pyramids, man couldn't have done that. Really?
Yeah,
we couldn't have.
Yeah,
really?
What the fuck?
For instance, continued Adam, let us take them seriatim. Sure, let's do that.
Which I think if my Latin is good, it just means like let's take things in like an order or something.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be like us trying to guess what that was the Latin term for brown people or rocks.
Well, no, typically.
Oh,
damn. But typically, if something is italicized, it's actual Latin. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
To the east, where the trees are, lower down. That was once the location of a Roman temple, possibly founded on a pre-existing Druidical one.
Cool.
Its name implies the former, and the grove of ancient oaks suggests the latter.
Okay, that's awesome. Why didn't we start with that?
Yeah, there's Roman ruins down
there.
There's
a fucking Roman. And this chapter, by the way, is called Diana's Grove. So, like, finally.
Yeah.
Please explain.
God.
Adam is literally just there to be the audience surrogate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. Adam's not going to have a character, is he?
He has no character. He's literally there to be.
You know what he's doing then? He's feigning interest in himself by saying the reader is interested in what I'm writing.
That is so masturbatory. Oh my God.
He's just saying the young people should really be into the words of these old men because they know best.
Young people need to hang out with old people in the woods alone at night.
Look, Bram, I know you're getting up in age at this point, but damn. The old name
hang out with me.
The old name translated means Diana's Grove. It does. Then the next one higher than it just beyond it is called Mercy. In all probability, a corruption of a familiarization of the word Mercia with a Roman pun included. We learned from early manuscripts that the place was called Volula
Misericordiae.
Thank you.
Cordia.
Cordia.
It was originally a nunnery founded by Queen Bertha, but done away with by King Penda. So why are we talking about the reactionary to paganism after St. Augustine?
Okay, no. You can what sorry. Continue.
Then comes your uncle's place, Lesser Hill.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ouch.
That sounds like a burn.
It
That
does.
is a bird.
Though it is so close to the castle, it is not connected with it. It is a freehold, and so far as we know, of equal age. It has always belonged to your family. Then there only remains the castle. I'm just gonna imagine Adam as this. Gee golly gosh, sir.
Gee willikers.
I did enjoy Paprika's voice
Yeah.
that she gave him last episode.
Yeah,
He
that was
sounded
good.
like a
Can you do that again,
child.
please? Can you just repeat that line?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Then there only remains the castle.
There it is.
Yes.
I swear to God, if I put a reader through all of this before my turn, I'd have to have a pretty eventful fucking turn.
Yeah.
And this
Like,
is
and then
this is
energy
not a
werewolves showed
long
up and sucked
story.
our dicks.
Compared to some, like, this is not a chapter book.
No.
Not like
No.
it's not a novel, right? But it's
No.
still like whatever
Well,
they.
I mean,
It is a novel, but
it is, but
it is.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
a small one?
For back then, like, no, this was a novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on me now?
yeah.
Okay. That is all. But its history contains the histories of all the others. In fact, the whole history of early England. Sir Nathaniel, seeing the expectant look on Adam's face, went on.
Okay.
And,
hold on. I have to look this up. Oh, Bram Stoker, you absolute fucking poser. Okay. You cannot talk about the early history of England. Sorry, this is my medieval
See
history.
what I got to deal
thing.
with all the damn time?
So,
I barely talk about this shit. Sorry.
for
No,
those
this
who
is-
don't know,
Yeah,
Abysme
Because
has a
I
master.
don't let you.
Abysme has a master's in medieval history.
So you cannot talk about the early history of England and not mention Gildas, Gildas. He is
Guild ass.
Guild ass, a complete fabricator of most of the shit that happened. But you cannot talk about all of this stuff without mentioning Gildas. But mentioning St. Augustine, fuck. Okay, I'm done. Rant over.
You're fine.
Okay,
It's all good.
we got like technically 4 paragraphs and we're done with this chapter. So.
Wow.
2 of them are massive walls.
I know.
No.
Yes, let me proceed. The history of the castle has no beginning as far as we know. The furthest records or surmises or inferences were simply accepted as existing. Some of these guesses, let us call them, seem to show that there was some sort of structure there when the Romans came. Therefore, it must have been a place of importance in Druid times, if indeed that was the beginning. Naturally, the Romans accepted it as they did everything of that kind that was, or might be, useful. The change is shown or inferred in the name Castra. It was the highest protected ground and so naturally became the most important of their camps. A study of the map, which will show you that it must have been... I can't do this.
No. I just got way more interested in the story.
A study of the map will show you
Yeah, same.
that it must have been a most important center. It both protected the advances already made to the north and helped to dominate the seacoast. It sheltered the western marches beyond which lay savage Wales and danger.
Oh.
Goddamn sheep humpers. It provided a means of getting to the Severn, round which lay the great Roman roads then coming into existence, and made possible the great waterway to the heart of England, through the Severn and its tributaries. It brought the east and west together by the swiftest and easiest ways known to those times. And finally, it provided a means of descent on London and all expense and all the expanse of country watered by the Thames.
I hate that this story, like every other paragraph, is really actually informative and interesting, and then it just evolves into nonsense. Because that was a good paragraph, at least for me. All the tracks.
I was too
I also
busy
like
reading-
Dan the Beast Severn.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I'm sure there's a lot of important information.
This is
in
just
that paragraph.
delving into early British history and all that tracks. and that
Romans
sounded awesome.
building on the shit that Druids made,
Yeah.
and then leading to the formation.
But they
of
didn't
various
mention Gildas.
Well, here's what's fucked up. The Romans were like scared
Lair.
as shit of the Druids. They hated being in Britain because they literally thought it was the passage to the underworld because it was so far away from Rome. There's so much you can do with this. And whatever.
So what does any of that have to do with Dan Severn?
Well, he was in London that one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who in London did he put in the Beast Lock?
Yes.
So all of London was in the Beast Lock.
Okay.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't be difficult.
Say, can you do this?
I've let you guys know that I am severely sleep deprived. I've not been sleeping well this whole week.
Oh,
You guys are
Oh,
drunk and I am
Nicole.
incoherent from the lack of sleep.
I'm not
That's
far
great.
behind you, say.
We'll get through the next 2 chapters, and then we'll call it.
With such a center already known and organized, we can easily see that each fresh wave of invasion, the Angles, the Saxons, the Danes, and the Normans,
The normies.
The normies.
founded a desirable possession and so endured its upholding. In the earlier centuries, it was merely a vantage ground, but when the victorious Romans brought with them the heavy, solid fortifications impregnable to the weapons of the time, its commanding position alone ensured its adequate building and equipment. Then it was that the fortified camp of the Caesars developed into the castle of the king.
Oh my God, Castle Regis. That's what it means.
It means Caesar Castle?
It means Castle of the King, Castle Regis, or Camp of the King, but either works.
As we are yet ignorant of the names, is that right? As we are,
Yeah.
Okay. Of the names of the first kings of Mercia, no historian has been able to guess which one made it his ultimate defense. And I suppose we shall never know now. In process of time, as
Way to give up.
No, Gildas doesn't exist, you fucking poser.
Is this just a fucking European history lesson right now?
Yes.
At this point.
I did not.
Yes,
And
it
this is what
is.
the
Sign up for it?
youngins have to learn from the old. So
Do it.
they have to learn their history.
This is my fucking third year fucking medieval history classes. This is what this is.
Hey, David and Kayla. Hey, David and Kayla.
Yeah.
You remember in Manos, the Hands of Fate, when
Oh no.
when Torgo is like trying to stand up and it's taking a really long time?
Do something! God!
Yeah. All right. I'm only halfway through this damn
Yeah,
thing.
but
You
I
got
suppose
this.
we shall never know
God.
it now.
You got this. You got this.
We believe
In
in
the
you.
process of time, as the arts of war developed, it increased in size and strength. And although recorded details are lacking, the history is written not merely in the stone of its building, but is inferred in the changes of structure. Then the sweeping changes which followed the Norman conquest wiped out all lesser records than its own.
Not
Today-
true, but all right. Oh.
Today we must accept it as one of the earliest castles of the conquest, probably not later than the time of Henry I. Roman and Norman were both. Sorry, I just like, who are they? Can I ship them?
Well,
You can.
Well, if you listen to the Game of Rassilon podcast, Roman is the male regeneration of Romana, the Time Lady. And
Okay, no. Let me get through this. Roman and Norman were both wise in their retention of places of improved strength or utility. So it was that these surrounding heights. I can't read. Already established and to a certain extent proven or were retained. Indeed, such characteristics as already pertained to them were preserved, and today afford us lessons regarding which have themselves long since passed away.
that was a whole lot of nothing.
So
You
I
can
I've been
totally
drinking-
ship
what
the
f-
Romans and the Normans. It's
Yeah,
totally okay.
Cool.
So I've been drinking. What the fuck is going on? Is it just
That was a
history lesson.
rundown. That was
It's
a
just a
rundown of
history
the
lesson.
fact that the Romans built upon old Druidic fortifications because it just makes strategic, logistical sense. And when the Norman conquest happened, which I guess would also take over the kingdom of Mercia, they said, "Oh, this is a nice, advantageous position. We'll also take it." That's it. That's it. And
what does
Why
this
did you
have to
just
do
say
with
that?
the fucking story?
nothing. This is a wonderful history lesson, and I've heard it before. What it's doing in this story, I have no fucking idea.
This
Can
is an
we,
old nerd trying to tell his new friend all his nerd shit, and
This would be like me trying to fucking like just relay to all of you all of my medieval history lessons, which would not make any fucking
I'll
sense.
tell you exactly what is fucking going on. Bram Stoker is jacking his old dead wiener right off, and we're watching him do it.
Yep.
I can tell you what's happening as well. What's happening is we're going to name our next drink history lesson.
That's not yet been
Paprika.
decided, but we have two really good contenders now.
Paprika,
What about
please
history
take us,
on the rocks?
take us home.
Oh,
Well, this is a very short paragraph. So much for the fortified heights, but the hollows too have their own story. But how the time passes! We must hurry home, or your uncle will wonder what has become of us.
You might worry we were making out in the bushes.
He
belongs
started
to
with
your uncle.
He started with long steps toward Lesser Hill, and Adam was soon furtively running in order to keep up with him.
Adam
So
is so
let me get
fucking
this
passive.
straight.
He doesn't do a goddamn thing.
Let me
That
get
was
this
chapter
straight.
They walked out there to point their finger, and then they walked back.
No, they
That
walked
was
out there, and
chapter
Sir
3.
Nathaniel was like, "Hey, these rocks, they're old as hell. Well, it's getting real late. Let's head back."
So we were right before
So,
we read the rest of this.
so
Fuck
chapter 3. We are 3 chapters into this book. Chapter 1, boats. Chapter 2, horsey. Chapter 3, rocks.
What's chapter?
We will rock you.
So
Okay.
chapter 4 is called The Lady Arabella March.
Chapter 4 is longer, and I need one more drink. Can I go get that?
We can
Yeah.
do this.
Okay.
So
I can't believe we're
might
gonna go
have a
one more
drink.
like set
Yeah.
of weeks before we even get to the chapter about the white worm.
Okay, Alan, I
Yes.
have no busy business being this wired this late at night on a Friday on this much alcohol to read this shit. But I really do have you to thank for the suggestion of, hey, let's just get shit faced for every episode. That'll make it easier to do.
But so speaking of getting shit faced, bidding get chased. Ooh.
Getting bitch
Hello.
face.
So I realized that my Collins class is not a substitute for a double of my rocks class.
Oh no.
So that second one hit me hard.
Yeah.
And it is the same amount of alcohol as a double, but there's nowhere near as much room for the seltzer.
Yeah.
So
And I will say for this drink, doing a double is actually, it doesn't even taste that much different because of the concoction. So you can do that too.
yeah. So what I have is a double just with less water, essentially. And it is stiffer than a priest at recess, let me tell you.
Okay, Paprika, you want to insult me?
Oh yeah. Yes, I very much do. Why do you always get mad when people talk about pagans?
I don't hate pagans. I hate neo-pagans because neo-pagans think that they understand ancient Roman and Greek and Egyptian religion.
I swear to God, in this story, the second they mentioned pagans, all I heard was, "Oh my God."
Look, I'm very elitist about the stupid bullshit I learned in college. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
The second Abby was like, "Paprika, do you want to insult me?" I was just like, "Is that how they start their foreplay?"
No comment.
No comment is a comment.
Contrary to popular belief, we have a very healthy relationship.
I mean, I always assume so.
Yeah.
Hey, actually,
Built on
You got-
love and trust and a lot of sarcasm.
Built on love and trust and missionary.
We're on chapter 4 and we need to get through this shit.
the Lady Arabella March. Actually, I think it's Abysme's turn.
It is. Now, there is no hurry with this story.
By all means, book, take your time.
But so soon as you are both ready, we shall start, Mr. Sultan said when breakfast had begun. I want to take you first to see a remarkable relic of Mercia, and then we'll go to Liverpool through what is called the Great Vale of Cheshire.
Why do they need to see the relic?
Why are
They're just
we
gonna
going?
talk. They're just gonna go and they're gonna talk about it, and then they're gonna come back.
Why are we
Exactly.
going on their tourist tour?
This
I'm going to
this
take you
book,
to some different rocks.
you know what?
Pretty much.
This book reads like how I think the Romantic poets looked at everything
Yes.
ever.
Yes.
This is like Wordsworth looking at a flower and describing it in intense detail, except not because
If
no
I
one's-
had to describe this book, I would describe it as excruciating, nauseating detail.
Yes,
But he's not
that
even.
ultimately means nothing, much like Wordsworth's poetry.
He's not even romantic. He's Edwardian. What the fuck?
This
Don't
is
get
more
on Wordsworth.
This is more Arthurian.
Yeah.
Remember the old shit?
Yeah.
How cool was the limestone?
Remember the Druids and the Romans and the pagans.
Well, I mean, just like going places to look at stuff feels very like what the Romantics would do.
Ugh.
Remember
You
that
may be
time,
dis-
Lord? Remember that time,
Mhm.
like, oh my God, my brain. There was a time that Prime of the Ancient Mariner. That was
Samuel Coleridge.
Coleridge wrote a sad poem about his friends leaving to go home for a day. He was sad that his friends left after they had like eaten a bunch of opium and shit, so they left, and he wrote a sad poem about it. I just remember he was trying to capture the feeling of how it felt after like his best bros had like decided to go back to their own villa to get high.
It's really sad how much of classical literature can be summed up as cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
A lot of the Romantics are just like old,
Well-
people being mopey, rich people being mopey.
Pretty much.
while we're taking a moment to dunk on really old stuff,
And don't get me wrong, I love Coleridge. Like
Oh,
I love
yeah.
A Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, but
I was thinking about the song "Last Kiss" recently.
Oh yeah.
The "Oh where can my baby be? The Lord
yeah,
took
that
her away
one.
from me. She's gone to heaven, so I've got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world." So I wrote the following: "Welcome. You were a good person, so you get to come in through the gates to heaven. Your baby who passed away is here waiting for you, so you can be together forever." I just have one question before we let you in. It's a thing God makes us ask everyone, and it's just a formality. You never tried to rhyme the words "good" and "world" with each other, did you? Oh, you did. Oh, hate to say this, but we have to send you straight to hell now.
I had a follow up to that, which is I want to test your Pavlovian response every morning and see what happens, because I wouldn't pass it. You may be disappointed, but take care not to prepare your mind. This to Adam. Wait, you may be disappointed, but don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay. This to Adam. For anything stupendous or heroic, you
God
would not
forbid.
think the place a veil, at all, unless you were told so beforehand and had confidence in the veracity of the teller. We should go to the landing stage in time to meet the West African in italics and catch Mr. Caswell as he comes ashore.
I presume
want-
the West
Is that a boat?
African, because it's in italics, is
Yeah.
the name of a
Yeah,
ship.
probably. We want to do him honor, and besides, it will be more pleasant to have the introductions over before we go to fete at the castle.
Okay.
Oh my fucking
I
god!
have to say something right now.
Uh,
This story just gave us the biggest fuck you it has given us so far. Which is, you may be disappointed, but take care not to prepare your mind for anything stupendous or heroic.
yes.
Is
Here
this
I thought
story
it was
saying-
gonna be.
Which is this story saying, don't worry about anything exciting happening. It's not going to.
Yeah.
God,
how I
here I
read it.
thought it was the line. But so soon as you are both ready, we shall start.
Well, that was
good
the
too.
lead up. Hey, we're gonna start, but I mean, don't get too excited.
But also
God.
don't get it too excited because we're not really starting. We're just talking about starting.
Holy shit! Presently, in obedience to Mr. Sultan's signal, the carriage drew up opposite
no,
a
wait,
great
there's
heap
the-
of stones.
No,
to
you
the
missed
right of the
you missed the
Oh shit! Sorry. The carriage is ready, the same as had been used the previous day, so there's no point in talking about it, but we're gonna. But there were different horses.
No! Fuck! No!
God damn it!
Shit!
Bram
want my
Stoker, you
useful
fucking
horses.
troll! Magnificent animals and keen for work. Breakfast was soon over, and they shortly took their places. The physicians had their orders and were quickly underway at an exhilarating pace. Presently, in obedience to Mr. Sultan's signal, the carriage drew up opposite a great heap of stones by the wayside.
I know.
I think we have to go straight into 4 useful horses because that's the only way I'm going to get through the next recording session.
Oh, we definitely need to do 4 useful horses. In memory,
4 useful horses should be like a line of shots.
It is.
Gangs.
It's gonna be the 4 horsemen, but different.
Yeah, we would have to do our own take on 4 horsemen.
Yes, I'll prepare my body for this.
I would say we make them because you know that those 4 horses are missing because they've been shot and sold for awful.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Here, Adam, he said, is something that you, of all men, should not pass by unnoticed. That heap of stones.
I'm done. I'm done. Fuck this. Fuck you, Bram Stoker. God damn it.
You ever wonder if all of
he's
Adam's
just playing
dialogue
tour guide.
be internal
We can't-
screaming?
We cannot do 4 useful horses yet because whatever our next cocktail is, it has to be something about rocks.
It has to be you know
Because
what? That tracks with what Kayla was saying. We could just call it a great heap of stones.
Just have the drink be on the rocks. You have
Whatever
to
you
have
make, it's
ice.
on the rocks.
It's gonna have to be. Oh shit! I have ideas, but we'll discuss that afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
Look, Adam, some rocks. Jesus Christ.
Sir Nathaniel, shut the fuck up. You've been describing rocks to me for 3 hours.
Sir Nathaniel's that friend who only really cares about their hobby and they're just obsessed with it. He happens to just really care about
Happy
geology.
Appy is so much better than this.
Really though.
You can't just say that about Bram Stoker.
No, you can't. He did this. He brought it upon himself.
The man wrote fucking Dracula. He already got accolades.
You know what?
He's
I'm-
basically
Say what
acting as a tour guide right now.
I'm going to
Say what you will about Happy Appy. Shit happened in Happy
Constantly.
Happy Appy, more like things happen Appy.
Like at a breakneck pace, as opposed to the glacial one we have in this story.
There's not even enough puns for as much tour guiding as he's doing.
I will say, I think at the beginning of every one of these episodes, I'm going to say a quote from Dracula,
That's a good idea.
Just to remind you
Like-
that
Yeah.
he actually can write, and he does have beautiful writing. What the fuck is this?
I hate. Did he get dementia or something?
I think. Well, this was written years after he wrote Dracula.
Okay.
He wrote Dracula in his 5th. He
A
was
great way-
50 when this was Dracula was
Yeah.
published.
Okay.
I feel like a great way to sum this up is a quote from Alan Tudyk, which is, and I know Kayla knows where I'm going with this. It's buck, 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 buck. I went to Juilliard. Buck, 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 buck.
That heap of stones brings us at once to the dawn of the Anglian kingdom. It was begun more than 1,000 years ago. Race to the top and put together the shrine of the silver monkey. In the latter part of the 7th century, in memory of a murder.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay.
Okay.
You can just imagine Adam finally perking up.
Yeah, now I'm interested. Why is this,
Oh,
what
that's
is
a
this
word
pile of
you
stones
haven't
have to do with
said.
the murder.
Wolfir, king of Mercia, nephew of Penda,
Yeah.
lost me immediately.
Yeah.
Arthur, son of Uther Pendragon.
Here murdered his 2 sons for embracing Christianity, as was the custom of the time. No. Sorry.
It does say that. It does say that.
Here murdered his 2 sons for embracing Christianity. Period. As was the custom of the time, each passerby added a stone to the memorial heap. Penda represented heathen reaction after St. Augustine's mission. Sir Nathaniel can tell you as much as you want about this. A lot. He can tell you a lot. He can
Please
talk
no.
to you about it for like
Sir
4
Nathaniel
hours.
is very.
So wait, this
Sir
is
Nathaniel is. Okay, Sir Nathaniel is like in the backseat, vibrating at a dangerous speed. He's like, "I'm about to tell you about the rocks."
Vibrating
What
between
the
dimensions.
so this is his uncle saying this, not
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is him.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
Mr.
think-
Sultan.
Have we
I don't
established that Grandpa Uncle Sultan is already better than Sir Nathaniel just because he actually cares about stuff that's not.
Is
just
he
rocks?
though?
Like, not
Is
really.
he?
Not
I
much
don't
more
remember-
because he clearly wants to fuck his nephew.
I was more interested in Sir Nathaniel when he came into the story.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also, it's really fun to do the British accent with
I was
him.
interested
Oh,
in
I
Sir
will.
Nathaniel before we started talking about limestone.
So there's like
Penda.
a back and forth short dialogue. I don't know how we're
Oh yeah. Do we want to finish this paragraph?
Sir
Or...
Nathaniel can tell you as much as you want about this and put you, if you wish, on the track of such accurate knowledge as there is. You want to know something about some fucking rocks, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, what if
Bruh.
this was like a choose your own adventure sort of book where if you chose
I'd kill
the
myself.
tell me more option, it would go into the expositions, or you could skip it.
No, your options would be talk about rocks, talk about other rocks,
Listen
go
to
back
someone
to
else talking
Australia.
about rocks. Ask about a rock.
Yeah.
Whilst they were looking at the heap of stones, they noticed that another carriage had drawn up beside them, and the passenger, there was only one, was regarding them curiously. The carriage was an old, heavy traveling one with arms blazoned on it gorgeously. The men took off their hats as the occupant, a lady, addressed them.
I'm immediately
Oh, it's actually a
reinvested.
person.
Another
It's not
character.
like a river named
They're gonna
after
get in a
Lady
fucking
Arabella.
race. It's gonna be a street race.
Fucking help me, Adam says.
I'm trapped between these two old farts.
How do you do, Sir Nathaniel? How do you do, Mr. Sultan? I hope you have not met with any accident. Look at me!
I'm so
distraction.
delicious.
And-
Look at me.
and she's-
I'm a female character.
As she spoke, she pointed to where one of the heavy springs was broken across, the broken metal showing bright. Adam spoke up at once.
Oh, that can soon be put right. Soon? There's no one near who can mend a break like that. I can.
Oh shit.
You? She looked incredulously at the dapper young gentleman who spoke. You? Why? It's a workman's job.
This just turned into smut. Let's do this.
Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna turn into porn. He's gonna bend down to fix her fix the spring, and she's gonna look up and see her ankle and be like
And
Oh,
Sir
dear.
Nathaniel's gonna bust down and be like, "This isn't about rocks. I don't understand what's happening."
I
And
seem
then,
to have dropped my very large hats on the floor.
and then his uncle is like, "Excuse me, but this boy is mine."
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
All right.
go ahead.
I am a workman, though that is not the only sort of work I do.
Oh,
I am an Australian.
Oh no.
And as we have to move about fast, we are all trained to farriery and such mechanics as come into travel. I am quite at your service. So he's basically just like,
Upon announcing that he was Australian,
Her britches were wet.
this being the era that it is, the woman dropped all of her money and ran away.
There was a what's
Oh,
that
no, a
that
criminal.
sound? The dong ding dong ding dong.
I kind of want her to say, it's
Didgeridoo
like,
music.
Is it true
Yeah.
what they say about your down under?
Oh my god.
I hardly know how to thank you for your kindness, of which I will gladly avail myself. I don't know what else I can do, as I wish to meet Mr. Caswell of Castra Regis, who arrives home from Africa today. It is a notable homecoming. All the countryside want to do him honor. She looked at the old man and quickly made up her mind as to the identity of the stranger. You must be Mr. Adam Sultan of Lesser Hill. I am
are you?
Lady Arabella. I am Lady Arabella March of Diana's Grove. As she spoke, she turned slightly to Mr. Sultan, who took the hint and made a formal introduction.
Fucking finally something interesting.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
My
Really?
word,
Is it-
Mr. Sultan, this Italian flatbread you've brought before me, it seems there's a hole in the center and your genitals are through it.
Flatbread, tomato paste, and cheese. I'll call it a pizza.
Wait, I think
No.
okay.
Ugh.
Wait,
Oh boy. There we go.
what about Sade?
Oh no, just say
No.
Ah!
No, damn it.
Can I have a big one?
Yeah, you could have a big one. Go
You
for
wanna
it.
do
I'll take the
Alan.
one. I'll take the one after.
Go, Alan. Go.
So soon as this was done, Adam took some tools from his uncle's carriage and at once began work on the broken spring. He was an expert workman, and the breach was soon made good. Adam was gathering the tools which he had been using, which, after the manner of all workmen, had been scattered about.
Wait.
We've happened upon an old
Wait.
British home
No,
improvement joke.
Continue. Hold on.
What?
When he noticed that several black snakes had crawled out from the heap of stones and were gathering around him.
What?
Finally, everyone mark it. Something happened. Something's
Oh,
happening.
Something is
shit.
happening. Whoa.
The gravesite's haunted.
Wow.
This naturally occupied his mind.
No shit! Oh, look, I'm surrounded by black snakes. How awkward.
You think the
Bunch of
Aussie
fucking
would have
asps.
snake,
Oh,
black snake
dear.
asp senses? I mean, snakes in Australia.
Ooh, okay. This naturally occupied his mind, and he was not thinking of anything else when he noticed Lady Arabella, who had opened the door of the carriage, slip from it with a quick gliding motion. What the fuck is happening? She was already among the snakes when he called out to warn her, but there seemed to be no need of warning. The snakes had turned and were wriggling back to the mound as quickly as they could.
What the fuck? So
Call
nothing
the-
She's a
happened.
witch. Burn her.
The snakes were there,
Apparently
then they
the snake-
weren't. Oh well.
Apparently,
Oh,
the
wait.
snakes. Apparently, the snakes were afraid of her. Is I think what that was saying.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's the idea. I think she might be okay.
Something interesting is going on here.
She's a
Okay.
Slytherin.
He laughed to himself behind his teeth as he whispered, "No need to fear there. They seem to be much more afraid of her than she of them." All the same, he began to beat on the ground with a stick.
Ayo.
To scare away the snake with
Oh.
vibrations.
which
Yeah.
was lying close to him, with the instinct of one used to such vermin. In an instant, he was alone beside the mound with Lady Arabella.
Mm.
In an instant, he was alone beside the mound of Lady Arabella, who appeared quite unconcerned at the incident. Then he took a long look at her, and her dress alone was sufficient to attract attention. She was clad in some kind of soft white stuff, which clung close to her form.
It
you
was
that-
disgusting.
Tell you that day-
some kind of soft white stuff.
White.
Not
Stuff.
silk, not satin. Some
Well,
kind
he's
of
Australian. Give him
No,
a break.
Bram Stoker doesn't give a shit about fashion because he's a man.
yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
Oh wait. Continue, Alan.
He
Continue.
was covered head to toe in cotton.
She had been running through the cotton fields and now she's dressed.
The cotton fields of Wales.
The sheep fields of Welsh?
Clad in some kind of soft white stuff. She was a sheep.
Oh God, it's the movie
Oh
Lamb.
no.
She was clad in some kind of soft white stuff, which clung close to her form, showing to the full every movement of her sinuous figure. Tell you that dame was poured into that dress. She wore a
Poured into
close-fitting
that
cap.
cotton.
She wore a close-fitting cap of some fine fur of dazzling white. Coiled round her white throat was a large necklace of emeralds, whose profusion of color dazzled when the sun shone on them. Her voice was peculiar, very low and sweet, and so soft that the dominant note was of sibilation. Her hands, too, were peculiar, long, flexible, white, with a strange movement as of waving gently to and fro.
I want to remind
And
everybody
they were on
that
fire.
sibilation is the s sound in speech. So the dominant note is of her going s a lot, meaning snakes.
She's a snack.
Oh,
She's a snack.
Lair of the
She's
White
snack.
Worm.
Yo, this is our white worm.
And then
I'm calling it right now. Arabella, she's our white worm.
Oh.
Okay, it took 3.5 paragraphs, but we finally get some good shit now. We have a fucking snake lady.
Okay.
Yep.
Now say you continue.
She's the white worm.
Yeah.
She appeared quite at ease, and, after thanking Adam, said that if any of his uncle's party were going to Liverpool, she would be most happy to join forces.
We're going to conquer Liverpool.
Whilst you are staying here, Mr. Sultan, you must look on the grounds of Diana's Grove as your own, so that you may come and go just as you do in Lesser Hill. There are some fine views, and not a few natural curiosities which are sure to interest you if you are a student of natural history, especially of an earlier kind when the world was younger.
The heartiness with which she spoke, and the warmth of her words, not of her manner, which was cold and distant, made him suspicious.
Okay.
She was hot, but she was a stone cold.
She was sus.
Yeah.
She's sus.
She was sus.
She's very sus, and yet is the most interesting character.
Especially because she was
White as
using
sus.
her tongue to smell the air.
White as sus.
Yeah,
In
it
the
was really weird. She
meantime-
kept sticking out her tongue and going, that's some good cologne you have there, sir.
Any scalies in the audience. In the meantime, both his uncle and Sir Nathaniel had thanked her for the invitation, of which, however, they said they were unable to avail themselves. Adam had a suspicion that, though she answered regretfully, she was in reality relieved. When she had got into the carriage with the two old men... Wow, I'm drunk. And they had driven off, he was not surprised when Sir Nathaniel spoke at length about nothing. I could not but feel that she was glad to be rid of us. She can play her game better alone.
Among us.
Yeah. Alan.
What is her game? Asked Adam unthinkingly. All the county knows it, my boy.
It's on Steam.
It's a meme now.
She made it independent game.
Caswall is a very rich man. Her husband was rich when she married him. All seemed to be. This is the accent I'm going with for this paragraph, so everyone can deal with it.
Fuck it.
When he committed suicide, it was found that he had nothing left, and the estate was mortgaged up to the hilt. Her only hope is in a rich marriage. I suppose I need not draw any conclusion. You can do that as well as I can.
She's the white worm.
Oh,
I
she's
really sincerely hope that this just doesn't turn into some drama, because I was promised monsters.
Well, we'll get to that. Trust me. Actually, don't trust me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I hope we get to that.
Adam remained silently nearly all the time they were traveling through the alleged Vale of Cheshire. He thought much during that journey and came to several conclusions, though his lips were unmoved. One of the conclusions was that he would be very careful about paying any attention to Lady Arabella. He was himself a rich man.
Lest she think he'd be interested in him.
Yeah. How rich not even his uncle had the least idea, and would have been surprised had he known.
So basically, oh shit, she's a gold digger.
Wait a minute.
Norman.
So Adam is actually hiding how rich he is from his own uncle.
Oh shit.
Yet he said, "Wait, did he?" Because he told his uncle he had 1,000 horses.
Oh boy. Presently, his African servant approached him.
No!
And at once, their thoughts changed to a larger toleration.
Wait. You skipped the paragraph.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, sorry, never mind.
Oh, do you want to carry on with this one, or
I could do this part. The remainder of the journey was uneventful, and
I doubt that.
Yeah. And upon arrival at Liverpool, they went aboard the West African. Wait, you could just go on the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Which had just come to the landing stage. There, his uncle introduced him to Mr. Caswell. He's there, I guess.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like how this is all summary and not
Fuck it.
Followed this up by.
Oh my god, this is our big introduction to Mr. Caswall.
Yeah, just.
We've been building
Just
up
like
Mr. Caswell
3
for
words.
a while.
And followed this by introducing Sir Nathaniel and then Adam. The newcomer received them graciously and said what a pleasure it was to be coming home after so long an absence of his family from their old seat. Adam was pleased at the warmth of the reception, but he could not avoid a feeling of repugnance at the man's face.
You fucking racist.
This should not be in third person.
Yeah.
He was trying hard to overcome this when a diversion was caused by the arrival of Lady Arabella. The diversion was a welcome to all. The two sultans and Sir Nathaniel were shocked at Caswell's face. So hard, so ruthless, so selfish, so dominant. You just met the man, but whatever. God help any, was the common thought, who is under the dominance of such a man. I like that.
What the fuck?
They've been gossiping and basically building up this guy, and he's just introduced like, oh yeah, here he is. What?
Basically.
He's
Like
super
here he
rich and
is,
important,
and he
but
has a
fuck it.
mean looking face.
He's got a resting bitch face. Leave him alone. Presently, his African servant approached him, and at once their thoughts changed to a larger toleration. Caswell looked indeed a savage, but a cultured savage. Oh, God fucking damn it. In him were traces of the softening civilization of ages, of some of the higher instincts and education of man, no matter how rudimentary these might be. But the face of Ulanga, as his master called him, oh no.
God damn it.
Oh no. Oolong, this is the African sir. Oh God. Oh shit. Hey, everybody brace yourselves. But the face of Oolanga, as his master called him, was unreformed, unsoftened savage. And inherent in it were all the hideous possibilities of a lost, devil-ridden child of the forest and the swamp. The lowest.
Jesus Christ.
The
So
lowest.
This is rough.
So why did H.P. Lovecraft not like this again?
Yeah. He didn't like it because it was poorly written, not because it wasn't racist.
Do I even want to read this next part? The lowest of all created things that could be regarded as in some form ostensibly human. What the fuck, Bram Stoker?
Hey, everyone still loved Dracula and how amazing Bram Stoker is. Yeah, he's just as racist as the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Lady Arabella and Oolanga arrived almost simultaneously, and Adam was surprised to notice what effect their appearance had on each other. The woman seemed as if she could not condescend to exhibit any concern or interest in such a creature. On the other hand,
Fuck me. Fuck
Nope.
me.
Nope.
the
The blanks.
individual's bearing was such as in itself to justify her pride. He treated her not merely as a slave treats his master, but as a worshiper would treat a deity.
What the fuck?
He knelt before her with his hands outstretched and his forehead in the dust. So long as he remained, he did not move. And it was only when she went over to Caswell that he relaxed his attitude of devotion and stood by respectfully. Jesus.
I don't know if there's anything to even say about this.
No.
We're just going to have to cringe our way through.
The only thing that comes out of it is there's something supernatural about Lady Arabella.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
With this, the way this guy treats her.
They're doubling down.
I didn't
her.
get that because okay.
I was too distracted
No,
by
the
them
rest of-
being
no.
basically racist.
Yeah, this is just a very racist paragraph.
This is a racist stereotype of a character. Jesus
This is-
Christ.
Hey, new cocktail name idea. The very racist paragraph.
We're so
It
sorry.
makes you throw up when you read it.
Oh my
Or
God.
drink it.
It's got to be awful.
And you would rather not have it. I'd put Malord in.
You're gonna skip me again?
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. Go ahead.
Go.
Adam spoke to his own man, Davenport, who was standing by, having arrived with the bailiff of Lesser Hill, who had followed Mr. Salton in a pony trap. Like,
A pony trap.
I'm just imagining the biggest fucking mouse trap right now. You can.
Okay, who is Davenport? What does it look like?
I'm
Davenport.
Davenport.
Trap.
I'm Davenport.
No.
I'm Davenport.
Sorry. So
Davenport is fucking handsome, as I'm imagining him right now.
Davenport shows up and he's got pink anime glitter all around him.
You know what? Davenport is just Paprika, what's that thing you watched without me because you hate me?
Everything.
No, the anime.
Or on
Ouran
High School Host Club.
Yeah. That's all I'm imagining
Oh, yeah.
right now.
that's a good show.
wait, which one? Never mind.
Which is the boys?
Wait, there's more than
which,
one.
I mean,
now?
which of the well, no, which of the boys from Oron Host Club? Because that is also important
The
information.
eldest one. The eldest one.
The one,
with
the
dark
important
hair.
one.
Oh, the
that
glasses?
touches
Oh, yeah?
all of them.
Yeah.
Kyoya? Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't
that's
the,
what I'm
I
imagining.
thought the guy in the glasses is the eldest.
Yeah, Kyoya.
Yeah, he's cute.
As he spoke, he pointed to an attentive ship's steward, and presently the two men were conversing. I think we ought to be moving, Mr. Salton said to Adam.
Please.
I think something ought to happen.
I have some things to do in Liverpool, and I am sure that both Mr. Caswell and Lady Arabella would like to go fuck. I mean, would like to get underway for Castor Regis.
I'm sure someone
They
would like
just
to
left
get
Castor
underway.
Regis. What?
No, they haven't. They're on the ship.
This is them leaving forecast.
They're on the boat.
They talked about doing this like 10 paragraphs ago.
But I thought that where they were on Lesser Hill was close to Castarekis.
Yeah.
Close.
They're on the boat right now. They are greeting. They're greeting Caswell on his ship.
Fuck this story. Fuck this geography. Oh my god. Okay.
They had to go all the way to Liverpool to do this, apparently.
Hey, Abysme.
Yes.
No matter what we make next.
Wait, no. Hold on. Keep going. Because it just there needs to be a back and forth right now because this is getting weird. There's a
oh my god.
Who wants to be Mr. Sultan? Who wants to be Adam?
Oh, well, Paprika has to be Adam.
Pappy has to be Adam. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be Mr. Sultan.
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting tired, guys.
I know. We're almost done.
I
with
just
this chapter.
Okay. I too, sir, would like to do something, replied Adam. I want to find out where Ross, the animal merchant, lives. I want to take a small animal home with me, if you don't mind.
What?
I want
He's
a
only a
puppy.
little thing, and he will be no trouble.
Where did this come from? Where did this come from?
Of course not, my boy. What kind of animal is it that you want?
A mongoose.
A mongoose? What on earth do you want it for?
To kill snakes.
Good.
Go kill Lady Arabella.
The old man remembered the mound of stones. No explanation was needed.
Fuck
then
you.
Why did you explain it all?
Fuck you, Bram Stoker. Fuck you.
Guys.
Wait, there's more. Oh my god, I guess.
Guys. This is turning into Ricky
Whose turn is it?
No.
Fuck it, I'm doing this. When Ross heard, who's Ross?
Ross
Ross
is the
animal
man, I guess.
merchant.
Oh Jesus!
He was introduced literally just now.
I'm too drunk to follow this shit. When Ross heard what was wanted, he asked, "Do you want something special, or will an ordinary mongoose do?" Well, of course I want a good one, but I see no need for anything special. It is for ordinary use.
Ordinary mongoose.
Guys, can one of the next drinks be the ordinary mongoose?
I was about to say, there's a lot of good cocktail names in these.
I feel like that should be the food item.
I still like a heap of ordinary rocks. I mean,
we have a lot of
potential. A mongoose on the
Let's
rocks.
just get through the chapter.
Mongoose on the rocks.
We're doing good.
Mongoose on the rocks is great.
No,
shouldn't
it be snakes in the rocks because they were in the heap of stones.
Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna finish the fucking dialogue and then we can continue.
Yeah, fair. Let's talk. We'll discuss this afterward.
Didn't we just read this? It's
No.
repeating.
No, it's repeating itself.
I can let you have a choice of ordinary ones. I only ask because I have in stock a very special one, which I got lately from Nepal. Not Nepal, but Nepal.
Nepal.
Oh, Nepal.
Nepal.
Yeah. It's called Nepal.
Nepal is a person, has a
Oh,
record
Nepal's
of
a
his own.
person. Okay.
Hey, they're at Liverpool.
Oh.
It's negative Paul McCartney.
Man, the Nepalese mongoose is also a good name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's strong. He killed a king cobra that had been seen in the Raja's garden. But I don't suppose we have any snakes of the kind in this cold climate. I dare say an ordinary one will do. When Adam got back to the carriage, carefully carrying the box with the mongoose, Sir Nathaniel said, "Hello, what have you got there?"
We know it's a fucking mongoose.
You asshole, you were right there. A mongoose, what for?
That was
To
really
kill
patronizing.
snakes.
Jesus Christ.
Sir Nathaniel laughed. I heard Lady Arabella's invitation to you to come to Diana's Grove. Well, what on earth has that got to do with it? Nothing directly that I know of, but we shall see. Adam waited, and the old man went on, as he always does. Have you, by any chance, heard the name which was given long ago to that place? No, sir. It was called... Look here, this subject wants a lot of talking. Fuck, no, please.
No,
please. A lot of talking over. Suppose we wait till we are alone and have lots of time before us. All right, sir. Adam was filled with curiosity, but he thought it better not to hurry matters. All would come in good time.
Then a third person showed up and said, "What's that?" And I said, "A mongoose." And they were like, "What for?" And I said, "Kill snakes."
The
Then the three men returned home, leaving Mr. Caswell to spend the night in Liverpool alone. I thought we were all meeting him there for some great to-do, but fuck it. The following day, the Leicester Hill party set out for Castoricki's, and for the time, Adam thought no more of Diana's Grove or what mysteries it had contained or might still contain, because that would be actually interesting, and we can't do anything interesting with this story.
And now we're not going there, and we've just got this fucking mongoose.
God damn it.
What for, though?
So this story is all of the film negative parts of the story. The parts where in between where stuff doesn't happen.
You teased me, Bram Stoker.
Constantly.
You said we could have a snake lady showing up and she was going to be big and tall and squish people with her fucking heels, but no.
We were going to have
We're leaving that now.
It's like if you cut a movie together entirely from what was on the cutting room floor of another movie.
My God.
You absolute troll edgelord.
Where?
The guests were crowding in.
The guests were crowding in, and special places were marked for important people.
Not the people from Lesser Hill.
No,
because they're the Lesser Hills.
Adam, seeing so many persons of varied degree, just fucking...
God, fuck you, Adam. Fuck you.
Looked around for Lady Arabella. Oh, man.
He's going to throw his mongoose right on her face.
Wait. Is he looking around for her to reject her? To say...
Yeah, I thought he said, didn't a few paragraphs ago, she's like, oh, I should avoid this woman because she's
he's literally looking for her.
He doesn't know.
But he can put his nose in the air and turn around.
Look, he doesn't know. He's going to meet her, and he doesn't know if he's going to stick his mongoose on her or make out with her. We don't know. But this is the only thing the story has going right now. So let me have this.
We're going to get a love triangle between him, Lady Arabella, and the mongoose.
Oh, no.
Sick as mongoose on her is my new favorite metaphor. Looked round for Lady Arabella, but could not locate her. It was only when he saw the old-fashioned traveling carriage approach and heard the sound of cheering which went with it that he realized that Edgar Caswell had arrived, the life of the fucking party. Eddie, you son of a bitch!
The Gatsby.
Then, on looking more closely, he saw that Lady Arabella, dressed as he had seen her last, was seated beside him. Ooh. When the carriage flew up at the great flight of steps, the host jumped down and gave her his hand. Fucking Lady Arabella Kardashian.
It was evident to all that she was the chief guest of the festivities. It was not long before the seats of the dais, thank you, were filled with tenants. The tenants and guests of lesser importance had occupied all
it really is rich people being awful.
Yeah, coins of vantage, not research. Jesus. The order of the day had been carefully arranged by the committee. There were some speeches, happily neither many nor long. Thank God. And then festivities were suspended till the time for feasting arrived. In the interval, Caswell walked among his guests, speaking to all in a friendly manner, expressing a general welcome. The other guests came down from the dais and followed his example. So there was unceremonious meeting and greeting between gentle and simple. Sure.
Fuck all of that completely.
We're almost done with this chapter.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around this.
They're at a party.
Yeah, no, they're at a party, and I'm just waiting for him to throw a fucking mongoose in Lady Arabella's face.
I'm so ready for it.
Adam Salton naturally followed with his eyes all that went naturally, apparently. Followed with his eyes all that went on within the scope, taking note of all who seemed to afford any interest. He was young and a man, and a stranger from a far distance. And so on all accounts, he naturally took stock rather of the women than of the men. Wait, what?
Because he is a straight man.
Look how straight this man is, who's clearly here fucking his great uncle.
The Nile is not just a river in Egypt.
Yeah.
Hold on. He naturally took stock rather of the women than of the men. All of these, those who were young and attractive. But
yeah.
There were lots of pretty girls among the crowd, and Adam, who was a handsome young man and well set up, got his full share of admiring glances. He really is a Mary Sue character, isn't he?
He is absolutely a Mary Sue.
These
Mary
did
Sue
not
and an audience
Mary
stand-in.
Sue. Yeah.
These did not concern him such much, and he remained unmoved until there came along a group of three by their dress and bearing of the farmer class.
Oh my
One
God,
was a
it's the
sturdy
fates.
old man. The other two were good-looking girls. One of a little over 20, and the other not quite so old. So soon as Adam's eyes met those of the younger girl,
What?
who stood nearest to him,
Ew.
some sort of electricity flash, the divine spark, which begins by recognition and ends in obedience.
Ew.
She was a
Men
symbol.
call it, quote unquote, love.
According to old men.
I have to step away. I have to throw up in my mouth.
One a little over 20 and one clearly underage. I liked her better.
Oh my god!
This
Have
book's
you ever
so
heard the
fucking
tale
bad.
of Darth Plagueis the Young?
Oh, this book's so bad.
Adam's inner lolicon kicked in.
Okay. This is what set in the 1860s, and
Yeah.
you want young people to so they don't
18.
fucking die
She's
to breed.
18. I'm going to think of this woman as 18. I can't think of her.
Like, I get it, but it's still gross in current year.
Well, do we know how old Adam is? Did they say?
27.
He's 27.
This girl's probably 16.
Oh.
So if he's calling
So
a little
gross.
over 20 old,
Yeah.
then this girl's probably like 16,
Yeah.
15, if we're lucky. Both his companions noticed how much Adam was taken by the pretty little girl and spoke of her to him in a way which made his heart warm to them.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
You
One more chapter.
Okay, last paragraph.
Or not chapter. One more paragraph.
And then we're done with this chapter.
All right, I'm going to take us home then.
Do it.
Did you notice that party that passed? The old man, Michael Watford, one of the tenants of Mr. Caswell.
Shut the fuck up.
He occupies Mercy Farm, which Sir Nathaniel pointed out to you today.
No, we didn't.
During
Shut
your
up.
tour.
Oh,
Fuck you.
is this the farmer? And then he's talking about his daughter.
Drunka Bisbee reacting to this story is my
Okay.
favorite.
The girls are his granddaughters, the elder, Lilia, being the only child of his elder son, one who died when she was less than a year old. His wife died on the same day. She's a good girl. As good as he doesn't even interested in this girl. She's as good as she is pretty. The other is her first cousin, the daughter of Watford's second son. We're getting like a whole family tree, but in words.
The fucking Sibyllarian in this fucking paragraph.
He went for a soldier when he was just over 20. Okay, so there is some like straight up gay because he went for a soldier, or he became a soldier.
I think that's the idea.
I think he became a soldier.
I was really
I'm
hoping
gonna
he
assume
literally
that
went for a soldier.
Yeah, I think
I mean, that's what my preference too. So
Yeah, let's say that he went for a soldier and was drafted abroad. See, he followed the soldier abroad. He was not a good correspondent, though he was a good enough son. A few letters came, and then his father heard from the colonel of his regiment that he had been killed by the Coits, Daquits,
Sure.
Desuit, in Burma.
Swiss.
He was killed by the Swiss in Burma. He was
As
killed.
one does.
He heard from the same source that his boy had been married to a Burmese, that
Python?
there was
A Burmese python.
daughter only a year old. Watford had the child brought home, and she grew up beside Lilia. The only thing that they heard of her birth was that her name was Mimi. The two children adored each other, and to this day, strange how different they are. Lilia, all fair, like the old Saxon stock from which she is sprung. Mimi, showing a trace of her mother's race. Okay. Lilia is as gentle as a dove, but Mimi's black eyes glow whenever she is upset.
What?
She's
The
a demon.
only thing that upsets her is when anything happens to injure or threaten or annoy Lilia. Then her eyes glow, as do the eyes of a bird when her young are menaced. Are they saying that foreign people are animals here?
This is referencing like the lineage that they were referencing in the previous chapter of the people from Castor Regis, they're weird. They're of this weird racial stock, and they have dark eyes and blah 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 blah. So they're establishing that. It's still fucking bullshit. But that's what's happening here.
So is this going to be a story about race?
This is Lovecraft's wet dream. This is exploring.
Monstrousness.
Yeah, this is exploring race and the weird superstitions surrounding it.
By exploring race, meaning like trying to further cement how superior Anglo-Saxons are apparently to everyone.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
Ew.
Next chapter, which we're not going to read this session, is the White Worm.
We're finally at the White Worm.
And I'm sure nothing's going to fucking happen in that one either.
No.
But
sorry about that. After a little bit, I did finally mute my microphone to bang my head against it.
I kind of blanked out for most of that paragraph.
You're probably better off. It was nothing of remote interest happened.
I'm still trying to piece out what he's saying about this Mimi showing a trace of her mother's race.
Everything after the old man is Michael Watford, one of the tenants, and Mr. Caswell just becomes white noise. And
White worm noise.
I kind of just like went into a fugue state at that point. Just Jesus Christ.
I went into fugue states when you were reading, but I was reading this one.
That's how this happens.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go, everybody. There's chapters 3 and 4.
We did it. We managed it somehow.
Somehow this one's a bit more of a
I think Lady Arabella is probably the most exciting thing to have happened in the chapter.
Yeah, and they keep glancing over her, and it's really pissing me off.
Yeah, when clearly we already know she's the main villain.
Yeah.
Although I think I support her more than anyone else.
Just got there, but also other people.
Yeah, I literally do not care about anyone else, and I'm worried about Mimi.
So I mean, like, we've been introduced at this point to like 30 fucking people. I don't know who any of them are, except for Lady Arabella.
A lot of them are going to pass out of importance, but it's going to be Adam, his uncle, probably Sir Nathaniel, Lady Arabella, maybe Mr. Caswell. Other than that, you can pretty much forget everybody else.
Well, Mimi's a love interest, so of course she's going to be involved.
Potentially.
Until she's not.
Okay. We're all being very negative right now.
But
plus sides.
I need you to be positive about this particular possibly very racist story.
Possibly. No, it is. It's confirmed.
Got a pretty good cocktail out of it already.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, we need to discuss this outside because people aren't allowed to know this ahead of time.
No, I mean just this first one.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We did.
We got a plus sides of what we've read so far.
I've enjoyed my donkey.
We got the Castor Regis, Bougie G&T.
Yep.
Many more good cocktails to come.
Yes.
I think whatever we drink next needs to be very, very alcoholic and supremely easily drinkable.
Yeah.
And on the rocks.
So I can just get fucking plastered. I have some ideas, but we'll get into that off recording. But aside from that, it's fun reading this with you guys.
It's very
that's
fun.
Mostly the positive part.
Yeah. Everyone's reactions are what I live for at this point with this story.
I'll echo what we've already said. Lady Arabella's been introduced, and that is the one saving grace so far of this story is, okay, there's a snake lady. Let's see where this goes. Because beyond that, dear God, I don't care.
I really don't.
The accents are fun that we're doing, though.
Yeah, I do.
At least for me.
Part.
Yeah, but we're inserting those.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're trying to make it fun. We want to make it fun because we just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Yes. We're here enjoying each other's company. Absolutely. And this is a story we can absolutely tear apart. Now we're even more justified because it's got racist bullshit in it. So I love it. I love that we can tear something apart like this.
Now we can be visceral.
So in this one and only instance, racism is good?
No.
Racism is entertaining.
No.
Hey, everyone.
I see what you're doing there, and I appreciate it, but I don't think that anybody else is going to ever agree with that.
It's definitely uncomfortable. It's absolutely
Hey,
uncomfortable.
gang, before we dig ourselves any deeper into this hole, but it has a mongoose in it, we should probably just mention that, hey, thanks for listening. If you're still enjoying this nonsense series with us, please let us know. You can, if you want to submit stories for us to read in the future, and I promise we'll be a lot kinder to them than we will be with this story, you can email us at midnightmarinara@gmail.com.
Next episode is probably not going to be this. We should probably tell everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Need a break.
Well, I was going to say the next episode is probably going to be me and Kayla and Eli and Kylie talking about the end results of our cryptid creature writing challenge.
Oh,
a few commenters were quick to point out that we don't want to burn ourselves out on this.
Yeah. That has the potential to happen. So we might want to give ourselves a little space.
By the way, chapter 7 is Oolonga.
Yeah, I looked ahead. There's a few chapters that have Oolonga's
Now
name
we know what that means.
Oh, fuck.
We'll look into
we
it
did before we got to that paragraph.
Is he going to be? I just have this terrible feeling he's going to be like the Al has read of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll look ahead at time. And
I don't know what you're talking about. That chapter just says Chad to me.
Chad.
Carl. Sorry, Carl.
Carl.
I decided on Carl earlier.
Yeah,
Chapter 7, Carl.
Good old Carl. That said, keep an ear out. We've got some new things coming this month that should be fun. We'll have the release of a midnight snack as well as the next episode of Midnight Marinara, which will release on the 30th, marking Midnight Marinara's 8-year anniversary as a podcast. Hope you're all prepared for that. What we are reading will be something that will be familiar, but with a little bit of a twist to it. Should be good. That said, thank you for listening. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Everybody here in the recording right now, in the call, you're all great. I love you. I'm very tired. I should go to bed.
Yeah.
Good evening, intrepid listeners. This is the Pasta Shade, the host of Midnight Marinara, and this podcast is part of CreativeHorror.com, a network of podcasts and creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. For more content like this, visit us at CreativeHorror.com.